Hello everybody. Today I am back to talk about some women that have inspired us in history to be better women and as moms. As you know, first of all, let me start by apologizing for, I believe it was last week, it was at the end of April. I said I was going to do a fast of 3 days and I ended up not doing it or posting any videos for it. And I do apologize for that. It's just, I didn't know how crazy life was going to become that weekend. And I didn't even have time to sleep, barely. And for the next few months, I will not be doing any fasts or anything at the end of the month for the time being, because I will be giving birth at the end of this month. So I don't know, I still need to get situated and with a new baby and C-section and all of that good stuff. So I do apologize for that lie, I guess. But today, this month, we are celebrating Mother's Day. It's the month of May, celebrating Mother's Day, and I want to talk about some special women that have changed people's lives, their kids' lives mainly, and just women of faith, women who have left footprints in our history and who are great examples for us. Today I'm going to start with one of my favorites, and it's Susana Wesley. Susana Wesley, she was the mother of 19 children, 10 of which survived to adulthood, 9 died as infants or babies. It is said that one of them had trouble speaking until the age of 6. He didn't speak. The other was crippled, so she had a lot to deal with her kids. She was also married to a preacher, and he was a very strict preacher. His parishioners did not like him very much. He was also very bad with finances, so she had to take care of the finances at her house. So much so that he ended up going to prison, debtor's prison, by his parishioners because he had a debt and he didn't want to pay for it. So that is a lot to deal with. And he was also away a lot of the time, for long periods of time, leaving her alone to take care of everything that she had to take care of. Like I said, the parishioners didn't like what he preached about very much. And in 2 occasions, actually, they burned down Susana's house because of the preachings. And another occasion, they burned down the fields. They also slit a cow so they wouldn't have milk to drink. They killed their dog. So, they had to deal with a lot with those parishioners as well because of her husband's preaching. In all of that, even though she had to deal with all of that, she homeschooled her children. She made sure that she spent quality time, one-on-one time with each one of her kids on a daily basis. And it is said that she actually prayed 2 hours a day, every single day. So, besides taking care of the fields and the animals and the house and everything else that she had to take care of, she also did that and made sure she did a good job at it, because her motto was leading her kids to Christ, to God. Later on in her years, when her husband was away, he had appointed another man to stay in front of the church, to take care of the church. And so since they weren't having services at the evenings, she decided to begin services at her house for her family. So they would worship. They would also, she would read from her husband's preachings for her family. But word got out and people started coming more and more until there was no room. At the end of her years, when her husband died, her son actually paid all of his debts, and so they were left with almost nothing, and she was left to be taken care of by her kids. Now, if her last name doesn't ring a bell, Susana Wesley, she is the mother of Charles and John Wesley, 2 of the biggest evangelists of all times. John Wesley actually founded Methodism, and Charles Wesley actually wrote more than 6,000 hymns, some of which we still sing today. They are said to have preached to millions and millions of people, and one of John's last preaching sermons actually was to about 32,000 people without microphone. So they really were, they founded Methodism, they wrote hymns, they really were examples of men that were faithful to Christ. But it didn't begin with them. It actually began by their mother, Susana Wesley, who was always teaching them about God, teaching them respect, teaching them to love, having some ground rules, and actually basically raising their household by herself and dealing with everything. And she couldn't have done it without those 2 hours of prayers every single day. So, women, I hope that this is inspiring to you, that you can take something out of this story for your own life as a mother, as a woman, as a wife, to just stand strong, and that you can do it. Sometimes we think that we can't do it all, but we can. We're strong in God. I hope this helped you in some ways. Have a good and blessed day. I'll see you next week with another woman of faith, woman that has left a footprint in our history. If you like this video, please subscribe down below in the red little button and press the little bell so you can be notified when videos come up, and tell your friends about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.